What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for Send Help. Just got back from the theater, man. Yeah, because I got to see this in the theater, thankfully. But yeah, man. Obviously, you guys know I was excited for this film. And just to give the quick, you guys know, I'm pretty sure this did end up making my top 10 most anticipated movies list for this year. I have already filmed and everything. I just haven't found the time to sit down and edit it. Might try and do it this weekend, but just to let you guys, because I'm pretty sure it ended up making the list. But anyway, man, this was an incredible film, man. I had an absolute blast watching it, man. Sam Raimi is back at it again. Once again, drops another banger film, man. It is kind of funny that this movie seemingly has like a similar plot to Drag Me to Hell, and like in terms of its release and everything, because you guys know that was Sam Raimi's follow-up to Spider-Man 3, and it was set during an office about a woman trying to get promotion. And then this one is a follow-up to Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and once again, it's set during an office. At least the opening is about a woman trying to get a promotion. It is kind of funny that both these films just happen to have similar plots, you know, as Sam Raimi's follow-up to a superhero film. It's just kind of funny that it ended up going in that direction. But anyway, man, the film itself, man, was fucking incredible, man. I was also shocked to learn that in a movie made in 2026, it references Survivor. Yes, the reality show Survivor. Yes, that's Survivor. The Survivor that aired on CBS Survivor. Yes, that fucking Survivor. That old show that started back in the 2000s on CBS. That my dad was an avid watcher of back in the day. That I would occasionally watch with him every now and then when I was a kid. I was passing through on the TV. I'm pretty sure it was mostly in Japan because it was on one of the AFN channels. I would sometimes sit down and watch Survivor with him and Mom. Yes, that Survivor is referenced in this film, which was shocking. And not gonna lie, man, after watching the film, man, I might actually watch Survivor 50, which is the next season that's literally airing tomorrow, funny enough. Because like after watching the film, I re-listened to the intro again because it's such a better intro. I've been watching some random Survivor videos, and I kind of want to watch the next season. Not gonna lie, so tomorrow you guys might see me tweeting about watching the premiere that's apparently 3 hours for Survivor 50. Insane, man. But yeah, was not expecting. That was a shocker to me to see that Survivor of all things was referenced in this film. But regardless of random old 2000s television shows getting referenced 20 years after their prime, and you would never expect them to reference said show. But yeah, I don't even know how the show's at 50 seasons. How's the show already at 50 seasons when it's only been airing for like 20 plus years? Do they do like 2 seasons a year or something? Like, how does that work? Anyway, so regardless of such, man, this film itself, man, was fucking incredible, as you expect from Sam Raimi. But yeah. Anyway, guys, let's jump right. So the movie is written, of course, by the legendary, the GOAT, Sam Raimi. Of course, stars Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, the All-State guy himself, Dennis Haysbert, if I pronounced that right, Xavier Samuel, and many more. And the plot of Send Help is a woman and her overbearing boss become stranded on a deserted island after a plane crash. They must overcome past grievances, work together to survive, but ultimately it's a battle of wills and wits to make it out alive. First of all, man, the cast is great, man. Rachel McAdams, who you know is a longtime actress who, actually, how many of her films have I actually seen? Because I know I've seen this one. I saw Red Something, which she did, which was directed by, funny enough, Wes Craven, with Cillian Murphy. So yeah, I'm looking her up on Letterboxd to see what other of her films I've seen. Yeah, okay, let me see. I have seen 10%. Okay, she was in Mean Girls, never watched it. Notebook, never watched it. Oh shit, she was in Multiverse of Madness. I think she's Doctor Strange's love interest, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she's in both films, so there you go. So I've seen her in that. About Time, never seen that film. She's in the Sherlock Holmes, Red Eyes, that's the one I'll talk about. She's in both the Sherlock Holmes films with Robert Downey Jr. back in the day, man. Those are some pretty good movies. Southpaw, she's been in a lot of films, a lot of films. But yeah, haven't seen her for her most popular ones, funny enough. But one day I'll get to Mean Girls and The Notebook. One day I'll get around to those movies. Anyway, but yeah, she's brilliant in the film, man. She's great. Dylan O'Brien, who I'm like 9% certain this is the first time I've seen him in a movie since the Maze Runner films, if I'm being honest. I could be wrong. Let me look him up. I want to know if I've seen any of his other movies besides the Maze Runner film. Let me see. Yeah, Maze Runner. Okay, he was in Bumblebee. Wait, when was he in Bumblebee? Okay, I've seen that one, so there's that one. The Infinite, which is a movie my mom had on DVD that I never watched. Yeah, wasn't there another one that he was in? Like a spy movie or something? Am I tripping? I feel like I saw him in a spy movie with Michael Keaton that was released during like the 2010s or something. American Assassin, that's the one I was thinking about. The poster was different, that's why I didn't recognize that, but yeah. So yeah, I've only seen him in a couple movies since the Maze Runner, but obviously the big ones that he was in were the Maze Runner films way back in the day, man. Which when it came to YA film adaptation, when you guys know that was like all the rage back in the 2010s, man, the Maze Runner ones were one of the better ones. Like obviously I think the top one, the best ones was the Hunger Games films, but I think Maze Runner was a solid second place, man. I thoroughly enjoyed those Maze Runner films back in the day, man. And also, funny enough, the trailer for the next Hunger Games movie also aired during this one. Was one of the shows that aired, which was funny enough. Looks great, man. I'm excited to catch it. I'll probably have to wait till streaming to watch it. But I'm excited. And I also found it's cool that the kid from American Born Chinese is seemingly in that film because I saw him in the trailer. So good for him, man. I love him in that show. Glad to see him get more work. So yeah, which I'll probably do a separate trailer reaction to that trailer since it's out. Might as well. I might do one. I might not. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that was funny enough that was in there. But anyway, man, he is great, man. And funny enough, a friend of mine mentioned that, I forget what, I think we might have been top of the Maze Runner films. I'm not entirely sure. Mentioned that he would have been like a great Spider-Man like 10 years ago, obviously around the time the Maze Runner films were coming out when he was a lot younger. And I would definitely have to agree. He definitely had the look for Spider-Man for Peter back in the day. I think he would have been a great Spider-Man for like a TV show that would have maybe happened if a live action TV show like a CW type Spider-Man show that was made during the 2010s. I feel like he would have been a great Spider-Man. But yeah, just wanted to mention that, man, because I would definitely, that's something I do agree. But it was good to see him again, man. Like I said, haven't really seen him since the Maze Runner films, but like I said, he was in Bumblebee, so I've seen him in some stuff, but like the Maze Runner films was like the big one the last time I saw him. But yeah, he's awesome as well, man. Him and Rachel have such great chemistry together as they go back and forth between each other, one for their mutual hatred for one another, because dude is low-key like a clean freak. He thinks she's disgusting because the first time they met in the office, she had like some tuna on her cheek, which I'm shocked she didn't just wipe away, which he was like really focused on, and it's like, this woman's disgusting. And then he does this whole thing where literally like, I don't even remember how he did this. He must have just like wiped it on his hand when I wasn't looking or whatever. It must have blinked a minute. But anyway, the tuna's off her face. It's on his finger, and he goes to the Allstate guy and tells him, smell it. And like, what is it? Smell it. And I'm like, bro, can't you do it yourself? But yeah, dude, used to be in the top of the food chain, man. Now here he's at the bottom, having to look up to Rachel for advice and guidance as they traverse through this deserted island and try to survive. Which we find, of course, that she's also a fan of the show Survivor, which, like I said, I was shocked to see that show get mentioned in here. And you know, like I said, she actually even auditioned to be on the show, which of course the other business dudes that go on this trip to, I think it was like Thailand or something, to close a deal, were mocking her for it because they were watching her audition tape for Survivor. But yeah, those two are great, man. The rest of the cast we see him in there, man, are solid as well, man. And yeah, and now one thing that this movie was low-key a bit of a reunion for a bit of a Spider-Man, because not only obviously was Sam Raimi directing this film, but also Danny Elfman did the score of this one, and I believe the cinematographer for this movie was the same guy that did Spider-Man 2, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Bill Pope. He was a cinematographer for Spider-Man 2. He also did The Matrix as well. So yeah, we had a bit of a Spider-Man reunion with this film, funny enough. But by the way, this film is shot beautifully well, man, and obviously Sam Raimi directed it perfectly. Danny Elfman's score is great as always, man. You know, you can never go wrong with the legendary Danny Elfman. And once again, to top up Sam Raimi, once again, his trademark comedy is here. If you guys have seen the Evil Dead movies, you've seen Drag Me to Hell, you've seen his non-Spider-Man films, you know what to get into with this man when it comes. The horror comedy is here, the gross out gore is here, man. Now, you guys remember, I mentioned this in one of my trailer reactions, where it seemed like this movie was heavily pushing 3D in the marketing to be like, this is a film you should check out in 3D. And after watching the film, I will definitely say the 3D would have definitely, if you can see this movie in 3D, I didn't, because it wasn't screening at my Regal, they weren't screening in 3D, just 2D. But if you guys can see, if somehow they're still screening the movie in 3D, I would recommend you guys check the movie out in 3D, because I would say the 3D actually would enhance the film, man, especially, and really make you even more grossed out when we get to like the really gruesome, gross, gory scene. I definitely think the 3D would even make you even more grossed out and really a bit enhanced. I don't want to say it's like Avatar, where like it's a film you need to see in 3D. This is a film that can only experience in IMAX 3D like the Avatar films, but I will definitely say the 3D, like what Tron Ares 2 to Electron Ares is a film where the 3D would definitely enhance the experience, man. So there you guys go about that. There are a couple gimmicky 3D shots, I will say, man, but it's not too obvious, not too obvious about it. And Jesus Christ, is this movie now to gross you out? There's obviously the scene with the boar that was in the trailers, which not always a trailer, but there's some really gross out shit now where you're like, fuck's sakes, like prime Evil Dead type Sam Raimi type shit, man. And then there's this one scene with a knife that I shudder to think of who was the sick fuck that came up with it. I don't know if that was Sam's idea, one of the writers' ideas. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it was Sam's idea, because just after watching the Evil Dead movies, it would not surprise me. But yeah, there's some fucked up shit in this film, man. Some real fucked up shit with that knife, bro. Jesus H. Christ, man. That shit had me cringe in my seat, man. Which, by the way, man, actually, kind of a little disappointing, because a little disheartening, but I actually got the entire theater to myself today, man, when I saw the film. Was the only person there, man, so I obviously had a blast, man. A little disheartening, man. I have no idea how the film has been performing in the box office or not, if it's been doing well or not. But, you know, it is always good. While it might be a little disheartening depending on the film that you have a theater all to yourself, at the same time, it is good to have a theater all to yourself, man, because you don't gotta worry about no one else. You can just really get comfortable, man. And it is cool when you get a theater yourself, man. The handful of times it's happened to me, man, I've always really enjoyed it, man. And this film was hard. Though I will say, the next screening that happened out, because we only had two screens, one at 1 o'clock and one at 3. The 3 o'clock screening actually had way more people. Like, I don't know how many it was, but I saw 3 or 4 people, a group of like 3 people, go into that theater after the movie had wrapped up. So the 3 o'clock show already had more people than mine did, but yeah, it was cool that I was able to get the theater all to myself and enjoy this film, man. But yeah, the gross out, if you guys were wondering about Sam Raimi, you got the gross out humor and everything, man, it's here in spades, man. So don't you worry, man. You will be grossed out, you will be laughing, you'll be grossed out while you were laughing. Sam Raimi has got you covered, man. The GOAT once again does it again, man. But yeah, I will say, I really like the chemistry between these two characters, man. Like, a lot of this movie, you can definitely say it's Chris mentioned this in his review, that's like Castaway meets Misery, which I would definitely agree with, though I've yet to see Castaway. I know. I just haven't gotten around to seeing Castaway, but obviously I've seen Misery, man. It's one of my favorite horror films. But yeah, especially with that one scene, man, it definitely fits the Misery comparisons, you know. And I thought as the film progresses on, when we learn more about both characters, it kind of like, and how it alters or gives context to their dynamic in the film, and how these characters act, especially once they're stranded on the island, I thought was pretty cool as it was being revealed throughout the rest of the film, man. And I will say there is and how the movie like once it gets like the climax of the film around the end, because I don't want to get spoiled too much, I thought it was pretty cool as well how that was all done, though. I will say my one problem I had with this film, man, is that we learn more about Linda's character and like what happened beforehand, before the film, like what she was up to before. And I do kind of wish they actually showed us some of that, especially in comparison once we find out more about her and the film progresses on, when we see some of the choices that she makes with the film. I do wish we actually got some flashbacks to what happened to those moments to see what actually happened, man. I think that would have been interesting to see, man. But that's about it, man. This film is a blast, man. It's very entertaining. If you love Sam Raimi's other films, man, and you're like me, eagerly always awaiting his next film, this film will not disappoint, man. This is definitely a film that definitely Sam Raimi elevates a lot. This is a film that probably would have been a pretty good film if anyone else read it, but with Sam Raimi, he easily elevates this to a way much more of a higher quality film, I would say, compared to some other director took over it, man, because, you know, Sam Raimi is just that good. But yeah, man, whatever his next film is now, I think his daughter is actually directing something, or he starred in like a student film that she did. I'm not sure if that's already out or not, but yeah, whatever Sam Raimi's next week, whether it is another horror film, he goes back to Marvel for Doctor Strange 3 or something, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that. But whatever his next film is, man, you bet your ass I'll be there, man, to catch Sam Raimi's film. And this is definitely a film. Please go catch this movie in theater, man. We need more movies like this, man. Films like these are so fun, man, and we need more of these types of films, man, people stranded on an island, because this was amazing, man, seriously. So if you guys can, please go watch this film in theaters. Don't wait for it on streaming. Go watch it and go into the theater and watch it, man. This is an amazing film. And like I said, if you can see it in 3D, definitely go catch it in 3D, because the 3D would actually, I would say, probably really does enhance the film for this one. Anyway, guys, over on my final verdict for the film is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me so you feel like it. Links across below. And it's always back for more. See you guys next time.